dated all types of shorties.
We've seen the women that you dated. I mean, they were gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but they were fucking stupid.
My girlfriend of 3 years, we just broke up and I just put her out like 20 minutes before I got here. That's really what I've been going through, bro. I messed the up. I should have married that shorty.
Because you said, I'm freehanding this for you because I love you and this is personal just for you.
That's what I said?
Okay.
Trust me, you're not special. I put way more in that same exact
All right,
spot.
whatever. I get it.
Bro, I ain't got shit to do but go home and cry.
I was gonna ask him about his wardrobe in the shop. Like, I know you don't have to wear a uniform, but like, do you have to go with the image? Like, do you have to wear like black goth stuff, like earrings, all of the naked stuff?
No. It's funny you ask that though, because I just started realizing that I get tipped more if I dress nice. So that's starting to be a thing.
Dress nice, like collar shirt or something like that.
No, just if I look like a little something, just put some jeans on instead of. Cause I used to go in sweatpants and like just black sweatpants and a black shirt all the time. And I mean, I was noticing tips here and there, but if I go with like my chains on and my and I'm looking good or whatever, like I get tipped hella. I don't know what that's about. So
that's crazy.
There's that.
Welcome to the trap. This is a setup. I'm gonna fucking destroy you this whole episode. I hope you know that.
You're gonna destroy me?
I haven't seen you in like 5 years.
Destroy me though?
I'm going to.
I don't think you could.
Destroy you.
I don't think you can.
You should have came here with your hair way better.
I don't think you can.
We're gonna fight.
I don't think you can.
This is the day. I've been waiting for 6 years.
I've never
always
seen
been
him
better than
adjust the
yours.
microphone so much. He want to say some stuff today.
No, but seriously, let's talk about your hands.
My
Let's
hands.
talk about these hands.
What about them?
I just noticed them.
Yes.
What happened?
I got a little angry.
Hold your hands up for the camera.
For the camera.
Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was. I mean, you told me, but I thought she was joking. But hold on.
No,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
You beat somebody down.
Yeah.
No, I didn't beat.
Seriously, you got to a fight.
I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't hit nobody.
Go ahead. We'll
No,
edit out
just-
anything
no,
that
just,
gets you extorted.
That wall got
Extorted.
knocked out.
No, yeah, just a door. Just a door. No,
You
my
punched the door?
yeah. My girlfriend of 3 years that we just broke up and I just put her out like 20 minutes before I got here. So that's really what I've been going through before I got here. So that's what that was.
What, for how long?
3 years.
That's why I haven't met her. So I mean, what happened?
I mean,
the point leading up to her. I mean, you talk
Say
about
what
whatever
you want to
talk
say
about. Yeah.
and
Say what
leave
you-
out
yeah.
what you want to leave out.
I mean, I did something that in the grand scheme of things, I've talked to a bunch of people that said it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, yeah, I messed up a little bit, but it's like to throw away 3 years over this is kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy.
But now you kind of got to go into detail on that.
I mean,
I want to put my opinion
You
in.
open the door. You got to step in.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, I like this.
Juicy.
Well, I had an ex that I'm still in contact with forever, but it's not like
Do we know her?
I don't think y'all even know her. Nah, I mean, I lived with her for like a year. We talk a little bit here and there, but it's never nothing crazy. I still tattoo her family and stuff like that, and that's really what she was mad about, was me still having contact with his ex. And
But
it's
you
like,
didn't do anything with the ex.
no, I haven't even seen her since when we broke up, and which was 2 years before I even met her.
Mm.
And that was like on some mutual, we just better off as friends stuff. There was never no bad blood. We broke up just now, way worse than we ever did. So it was just like, yeah, I know what I want out of a person. I know you see what you want out of a person. We not that. Let's just go ahead and debt this. That's really what it was with this person. And like,
That's mature.
yeah, that's what it was with this person a while ago. So we still been cool ever since then. Like,
So all you've been doing is just tattooing her family and just been,
yeah, we don't even have each other's numbers. It's more every time we talk, it's a reply to a story on Instagram. It's like I forget she even
Okay.
exists, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you. And then
Okay.
she'll be like, oh shit, yeah, you. And reply to a story on Instagram, but we never like hit each other up like out the blue, like, oh hey, I've been thinking about you type shit. Like,
So explain to me how your girl got
Right.
upset about just replying to stories.
because she's her.
It's just the fact that
That's how she was. That's how she was raised. I guess she just thinks that any type of talking to an ex is just a betrayal, or that's what she said. She's like, I feel like you've been cheating on me, and I was like, well, that's weird. Like, I haven't been doing that. Like,
I mean, did you explain that to her? Are y'all in that position? Where y'all can
I explained all that to her. We shouted all this out a few times. We talked it out. We shouted it out.
What do you think about it?
I think I don't think you're wrong, but I also don't think you're right.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
It's more of like first of all, on her part, she has to be more mature to understand the dynamics of your relationship with another person, even if it is an ex. But at the same time, you know, for you, it's like, well, if I'm with you and you don't want me speaking to this girl, then fine, I won't talk to her. But at the same time, you in that situation should look at her like the way you're acting, like right now. Normally, for like a normal person, I would be okay about cutting off contact, but the way you're acting is a little crazy, and I don't think I even want to be with you at this point.
That's how I feel about
You
it. Like,
explained
she's
that
crazy.
perfectly.
She's
I feel
acting
the
crazy
exact
about
way.
it. Yeah, she's acting so crazy about it. I felt like you're gonna throw away 3 years over something so small. I felt like it was like that's really crazy. Like, that's really crazy.
So I apply the golden rule, you know, do unto others what you want them to do to you. So if I was in her position, or if I was in the opposite position and I found out that my girl was like talking to her ex, it's like,
But see,
If
if it
you-
was the same exact thing, if she told me like, bro, we actually did not, I haven't even seen her since we broke up, which was 2 years before. I haven't even seen this dude since 2 years since before I met you, and it was on some like, oh yeah, we just have to like go our separate ways type shit. Like I really do feel like men and women can be platonic friends, especially if y'all have already fucked and y'all close that door.
I'll say one thing, and then I'll pass it to Cairo, because here's the thing. So I agree with you that men and women can be platonic. And I think like when you understand that relationship that's on, if it is the way that you say it is like they're being mature adults here. Because you got all y'all know my parents. My mom and my dad still talk on the phone as if like they're brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
They keep in contact. My mom talked to, by the way, to the camera, this is my stepbrother Jahi. My dad is married to his mom, and even your mom talked to my mom like they're friends.
Yeah,
Because that's mature. That's a
for sure.
mature
My
conversation.
mom still talks to my father.
That's maturity.
your dad still calls my mom every night.
My dad, one time we had a birthday party for my son, and my daddy, you might have been there. I think both of y'all were there. We were sitting at the kitchen table. He's like, yo, this is crazy right now. He's like, my wife, my ex-wife, and my ex-girlfriend are all going grocery shopping right now at my grandson's birthday party. But that's maturity there, being able to still sustain
because these are people that you've grown with. Like Shorty had to understand. Like, when I was trying to talk to her and to get her to understand, like, this was a person that I lived with during some of my formative years. Like, I found out what I didn't like in a Shorty, like living with her, and she found out what she didn't want from dudes living with me. Like, she's part of the reason why you even love me. So it's like, I mean, it's not like we have some type of weird deep ass connection and we're gonna do like that, but it's like she cool. Like, that's the homie. Like, we got fucking hella memories and laughs together and shit. Like, it's nothing like, we don't be reminiscing all that shit every time and bringing that up every time we speak. But it's just like, it feels weird to just cut her off because you say so.
I agree. And you made a good point where you was like, after you already been in a relationship with her and then you got it over with and that tension's not there anymore.
Yeah, you closed
I never
that
really thought
door.
about that. So go back to what you said, had to be platonic with the woman. I feel like that's okay if you have no attraction to that woman. But I can be friends with the girl if I just have no sort of sexual attraction to her.
Mm.
But if she's like even the slightest bit attractive to me, then I can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. Men and women can be platonic friends. Like,
If she's ugly.
yeah, if she's ugly, or if y'all already did that.
I
If she's
agree.
ugly,
I never thought
or
about
if
that,
she's
but I
already
agree.
did that. Like, if she's attractive but y'all already went there and y'all closed that door and y'all realize like y'all not for each other, y'all can definitely be platonic
But also
friends.
it has to be
it's like I'm good on that.
Yeah, and it has to be mature though, because you can always like you know how they say, you know, if
Especially ain't got no kids together. We ain't got no kids together.
right, that's what I was gonna say. If they say, oh well, if she has a baby daddy, she's gonna always sleep with the baby.
Yeah,
daddy.
but that's not my baby mama though.
Yeah.
You see
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? Like that's not even that.
and I agree. I agree 100%.
But see, I'm a play devil's advocate. Like I see her side too. Like that's not even my baby mama. So why are we still talking?
Yeah.
So I do like I'm not saying that she's completely crazy.
No,
in
but
this,
at that point,
but
you
it's
gotta-
like yo, we can be mature about it too. Like she's not completely crazy in this, but it's like you can be mature about it too.
On your end, it's more of like if you were more mature about this thing,
wouldn't-
I could have handled this differently.
Right.
But the way that you acted start
made
to
me
question
kind of
our
hype.
relationship.
Like I had to like kind of like all right, like damn, like this is stupid. Like I
Did
can't
you have
even
to
do
punch her though?
this. You about to get me locked up, dog.
I mean-
Nah.
We here to promote the business, not make it get
I
canceled.
punched the door.
You punched her for it?
We're
I
all
would've
sisters
punched
A
it.
door.
Oh.
A door.
Tell them what happened to your arm though, your elbow, whatever it was.
Which one? This one?
That
Yeah.
one.
I fell down the stairs. What you talking about?
Hey, Cairo, that's what all abuse victims say.
Nah, that was weeks ago. That was before we even started getting into it. I was
What, you
chasing
had
the dog
surgery?
down the stairs. Nah, I was chasing
Yeah,
the dog
we
down
call
the
Law
stairs.
and Order.
I felt that's just
Will you
opened
get
up.
stitches?
Nah,
Man,
I just
different,
tanked
boy.
that. I just tanked that. That's all it
Well,
was.
speaking of
That's crazy.
stitches, do you ever like tattoo people's like scars and stuff?
I
That's-
cover a lot
I
of
was
scars.
literally about to ask if he's gonna tattoo over it.
I cover a lot of scars. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this one.
Oh yeah, we got to introduce him and tell him what he does. You're so talented, man.
Yes.
I tell you that
he
every
is.
time, man. I know I give you a hard
I'm
time.
not
But
gonna
you
lie, I
are.
forgot about that. I forgot how talented you are. Speaking of which, Caden's been drawing a lot lately, and we're trying to do like a little animation thing. I completely forgot that you could draw.
No.
It's crazy.
Like
Like,
legit draw.
I tell people
Legit.
about
A
Jahi
whole
all the
professional out
time.
here.
Man. I always brag. I'm like I all my tattoos are by you.
Don't
And I
worry.
always say, man, the guy who did this tattoo, like if you see his art, like it's art that you pay for, like
Let me ask
in a studio. Like
Thank
you're
you.
that
Facts.
good.
We like to welcome Jahi. Do you want to say your last name, Jahi Dodge? Or?
Yeah, that's fine. You said it already.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I'll put like your Instagram and all the other stuff in the notes later. But you you have your own spot for your tattoos, or you
Yes.
in somebody else's studio?
Yes, I used to work in shops, but now I work in a private suite. Basically, like suites where they be having like nail techs and eyebrow and lash techs and eyebrow people and stuff doing that. Well, you can also tattoo in those places too. So I just rent out one of those and tattoo out of there.
And you're on the good side. You're on South End.
Yeah, I'm in
so
South
that's
End.
high.
Yeah, bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it decently priced? You got like, how big is the space?
Space is okay. Like it's definitely a lot smaller than this, but it's it's just a little room. $250 a week ain't too bad.
$250.
You said it's smaller than this?
Hmm?
You said it's smaller than this?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a little room.
Oh,
You
so
talking like your
like a
personal-
bedroom.
don't need
your
a space.
suite.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
of
suite.
course,
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
like
the building is bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a bedroom size.
Yeah, about a bedroom size. Yeah.
I mean, that's really
what's
all
the
you
name
need.
of your? Do you have a name, or is it just
I mean, the LLC is called Lost Culture Tattoos.
Lost Culture Tattoos?
Mhm.
So you got LLC too. That's dope.
I mean, yeah, but my LLC
Who
runs
would
my
have
escort. You know what I mean. So I can subvert some of them taxes. And shit.
I'm proud of you.
Hmm?
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I do have an escort if you want to buy some stock.
Are you saying an escort?
An escort
Oh,
if you want to buy some stock.
nah. We had an escort. Like, we on the right side of town for that.
Oh, we are. That's
We
right
passed
around
a
the
couple
corner.
escorts.
I was gonna say that too. You saw a couple coming in.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask you something else. I forgot what it was. It was about your I think the studio or something. I can't remember.
The LLC.
I can't remember.
You definitely did you put down some of the art like for control so we can show it?
Put down
Yes.
some of the art. What do you mean?
Like all of your pictures that you drew.
What do you mean by put down?
like
Yeah.
sent it to you?
Oh no, he can send that to me later.
Yeah, because we definitely got to show some of them.
Oh, he
Forget send it down.
do you have, like, a
There's
website?
some of your
Site.
art with it.
Huh?
That's my
That's
site
the
right
website?
there. I
Yo,
mean, go to my
his
Instagram
work
if
is on your
you
arm,
want to
just
see
show it.
my. I mean, if you want to
Yo,
go to
why
my
that
Instagram,
size
you
is
can
so
see my
bare
work.
bones?
He freehanded all this.
Nah,
I did yours, too.
He did mine. Oops, my bad.
Oh, I did do that side too.
Free,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
free hand.
Dang,
Wilson.
Ri'Yadh's not here. You did.
You didn't
Ri'Yadh
do
too.
the predator on his leg?
I ain't
No.
do that. No.
I was
Oh,
with him when
Jahi
he
did
got
this
that.
too.
He just
What's
did this
that?
all by hand.
Yeah.
Look at that, man.
What's that? A
is-
magic card?
That is
Yeah.
nuts.
Capricorn
man.
represent.
That is nuts.
Yeah, I'm getting into
Did it all
portraits a
by
lot more
hand?
now.
You
Yeah,
did.
Oh,
look
that
at the
baby
kid.
boy?
That's crazy.
Oh, that's a picture beside the actual text.
Yeah.
That's crazy, Jahi.
You haven't been to my page in a while?
Dude, I don't
Damn.
use Instagram except to post stuff on our profile.
But yeah, I be working, man.
That's just on the skin, like the paintings and portraits that you did, man.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to get back into that. I'm probably gonna get back a lot more into that now that I'm single again.
You still got
And I
your
got
own
some time.
sketchbook?
Huh?
Huh?
Says single
Got your
again.
own
Single for just
Or
Huh?
2
You
weeks
still got your old sketchbook?
minimum.
Yeah. Oh no, bro. I think this
Listen,
one might be done.
about that, I think you should not just throw away 3 years.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But that she's doing it. I've apologized.
She apologized today when you
bought
bring her back.
all the clothes. I bought all the shoes. I did all of that,
Especially if nothing happened, I feel like.
and I did all of this. Like I ain't do nothing.
The apology was the buying stuff.
I said I apologized, and then I
that.
did all of this. You know, I apologize. You know,
That's
I acknowledge what I did wrong and all of that. But
Is that Watch that you?
Yeah, that's some good work.
I thought it was Charlie Murphy at first.
Have you tattooed it over another artist's work?
I mean, sometimes, anytime I have to fix something, you know, I'm not too like discriminatory. If you got something that needs to be fixed, I'll fix it. I ain't too like
Yeah.
proud to go over somebody else's work.
Go ahead and fix my
Jahi,
perfect
I
leg,
will
though.
say, like we already kind of like just like gloated all over you or whatever, but like I will say you have. I just remember what I was gonna say though, but I will say that for some reason, somehow, I don't know how. Did you put a lot? Was it just like a passion that you just decided to draw one day and then you realized you were good and then kept doing, or it was like, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna go after it, like because what I'm trying to say is like you are like when we say you're really good at drawing, we actually mean like you can draw a cartoon and be like
He's
a
the reason I
millionaire.
stopped drawing.
But
Seriously, he's the reason I stopped drawing.
but what I'm asking is like, because you're so good, obviously you put a lot of time into it to where you can do tattoos now. But like, how did that come about? Like, were you just like doodling on your notebook at school and then you just got better over time, or you saw that you liked to draw and you was like, let me get better at it, even though I suck now? Like, how did that happen?
Basically, keep it a buck with you, like praise. To be honest with you, like when I was like 5, 6, 7-ish years old, around that time, like teachers started to like notice that I could draw. Like they started like to come around and look over my shoulder and be like, oh, he could draw really well. Like to the point where they would like pull my mom aside and be like, you want to put him in art classes or something like that, because he can draw really well. And then just from that, people praising me that I could draw, my dad being proud of me that I drew this picture or whatever, and was like, oh, this man can actually draw. And like chalk drawings that I did outside of school and stuff, or like Malcolm X and stuff, and like the teachers really being excited about it. That's what really kept me doing it, was like seeing like the smile that it brought to people. You know what I mean? And I was always a quiet kid, so like being able to like draw, I could, you know, talk without actually talking.
Yeah.
So shit like that.
So this is what I was gonna say. Are we good on time, Nate? How much time we got? So I was gonna ask you about the tattoo community. Like, is it cutthroat where like people are undercutting other people with prices,
yes.
or just
Yes. Short answer, yes.
Explain that a little bit. Elaborate.
I mean, like, especially in this industry, like most of the people that's doing it are kind of, you know, I mean, like they kind of ain't the most business minded of people, you know. A lot of them, you know, ex-felons, stuff like that. So it's like a lot of shiesty stuff going on anyway behind the scenes. But like,
I like that.
artists are hella sensitive about they work and who's better than them and stuff like that. So it's like, I mean, the undercutting comes in, the stealing work comes in. I mean, all that you got to take with a grain of salt, really. I don't really think about it too much. That's why, I mean, that's really the reason why I work by myself too, because people, jealousy and weird stuff going on in shops, people stealing work and stealing supplies and like clients and shit like that. So I mean,
Bro, I literally seen a picture that you drew and they put it on someone else.
Oh yeah,
I told you that.
Oh yeah, I
I
see it all the time.
What do you have to do for that? Do you like copyright, patenting, or something like that?
You gotta charge it to the game and take it as flattery.
I mean,
To be real, that's all you can do. Because
That is flattery though.
Yeah, I mean, that's the rest. To be real, that's all you can do, because we all doing it. Okay, I didn't draw that. I mean, that's a picture off of. I mean, that's a
True.
painting from
That's
like
true.
way back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't draw that, but so I mean, we all doing it in some type of sense. So I mean, take it as flattery and keep it pushing.
But your original work, well, I guess you're right.
I mean, that's a painting from like years ago, and I'm making like there's a artist, Sandra Golish. She draws. If you ever see like those long necked, you can probably pull her up if you want. But you ever see those long necked African women with the high cheekbones and stuff like that? That's all her work. But they get tattooed
all the time with afros
much.
and everything.
Yes, with the afros, and because she draws them like that with afros, with braids, all types of stuff like that. And her work gets Golish with an L,
like Golem.
Yeah. No. Gold-ish, no D. Yeah. Art. There you go. Yeah. Click that.
She's a white woman.
Mm-hmm. The person.
Oh, word.
The person that draws these is, I think she's not African.
Go to images so we can see more.
Yeah, but these images get taken so much and get tattooed so much. It is like, yo, the tattoo industry owes that woman so much money. Sarah Golis, I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, the tattoo industry owes this woman so much money. Because these get taken so much. So it's like, really, what do you do?
My next thing I want is some hieroglyphs.
I stopped doing them. Like people bring these in.
Did you say chiroglyphs?
I did something right there. People don't. People bring those Sandra Golis pieces in, and I don't even do them anymore, just because.
Really?
Yeah, just because out of respect, man. People that stole that woman's work so much. It's crazy.
Do you ever get people coming in with like Chinese characters and thinking that they know what this is, and then you realize that, oh, I just tattooed something stupid on the arm?
Yeah, but I don't care.
You got paid.
I'm not even gonna flex to you. If you bring it to me, if you're over 25, right?
It's not your job to do the research.
It's not my job. Yeah, if you're over 25, I'm not gonna ask you no questions. I'm not gonna ask you no questions.
So you don't tattoo anyone under 25?
No, I tattoo people under 25. But if you come up to me with some stupid shit under 25, I'm gonna ask you if you sure. You know, I'm gonna ask you a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more research behind this. But if you're over 20, you a grown ass man. You a grown ass woman. If you want this shit that's spelled wrong, I ain't gonna say. If you want these Chinese characters that say burger on your arm, I ain't gonna tell you no different.
Regrets.
I ain't gonna tell you no different. Who am I? Who am I?
Sideshow Jahi.
I was gonna tell you this. I don't know if I ever talked to you about it. I have a cousin who works for, I think he used to work for Atlanta Inc. He does tattoos too. His name is Kendrick. You might be able to bring him up.
Everybody in his family's name starts with a K.
He was actually named after me. His mom told me he was kind of named after me. But he's really good too. There he is right there. And he's been working there for a while. So I don't know if you ever contact him or something, just mention my name. He might.
Oh, nah. The way he spelled his name?
Kendrick.
That's crazy.
That's crazy work. Nah, that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
What if he
let him know that's not cool.
What if he accidentally misspelled it and left out the R?
With the capital D.
Right?
Do they have
That's
any of
the
his
one.
work up there?
Is he short or what?
Nah, he about my height. He might be.
So everybody in there is like 6'6"?
Oh yeah, he used to play college basketball, so he knows a lot of people who play sports and stuff, and they're like athletes that come to him.
You got a whole website like that, right?
Not a full website like that.
But I want to.
I mean, he's straight.
Yeah, I don't think his.
Artists
are funny, man. It's like you can be a good at your craft, but then you can be an artiste. I think Jahi is like an artiste. Like
Jahi's like a savant.
That's actually pretty good. He pulled some. He pulled some good tones on that dark skin. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
How many white people do you get coming in, or light skin, fair skin people coming in?
Bro, I can count my.
Yo, that's crazy. The yellow and green on black skin.
Yeah.
How long does that last?
It'll look good, especially in that spot. He put it in a really good spot. That'll look good. That'll be fine. Yeah.
All right, but fair skin people.
I can count all my white clients on one hand, man.
Really?
Yeah. I make all of my money completely.
Even though you're in the South Side?
Yeah, I make all of my money completely off.
You know why, right?
Why?
White people just don't trust us.
I mean, and also if you look at my page, it is all black skin. So you would think that I only tattoo black people, but the white people that do come to me, they love me. So
yeah,
I love everybody. Everybody can come.
I got a question though. And you know what I'm about to ask you.
What's that?
Is it? Do you prefer to do it on white skin? Because think about it, the colors pop better.
I don't do a lot of color.
Hmm.
So
But,
prefer.
I mean,
Does
black,
that make a difference,
black
though?
pop better on white too.
To be honest with you, what I actually do prefer, and this might sound weird because I am light skinned, but I like to tattoo light skinned people. I don't like
that's
I don't
weird.
like completely white or completely dark. I like that right in the middle because actual white ink hits better on light skinned people than it does on white people or dark people. You know what I mean? So I like that in between.
That's smart. I didn't think about that.
So he's using a white ink on this one.
But see, white ink on her skin tone, I mean,
Now that popped a little bit.
like the white will look good on her skin tone, but like when you're more closer to his or something like that, you see a tattoo through a layer of your top layer of skin.
Yeah.
So it's like tinted. It's gonna be tinted at all times. So if they're more on the chocolate side, that shit will mute out a lot. But if they're more on the light skin side like that, yeah, you'll be able to see it. Like I got some white in me that I've had for 5 years, and I'm still going strong.
Got it. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you met any tattoo artists who don't have any tattoos at all? Like, do you have to have tattoos to do tattoos?
I haven't personally met any, but like there was one on Ink Master. He had no tattoos. Yeah, he was on Ink Master.
So I was gonna ask, like, do you feel like people when they get a tattoo, they respect you more if you got a lot of tattoos? It's like he knows what he's doing. He knows what good tattoo is.
People respect the work. What I realized in this, you can be this, you can be that, you can be all this. The people respect the work. They see what you're putting out. So like you can have no tattoos as long as your portfolio is hitting. Don't nobody care.
Man, that's got to be tough to start completely over. I mean, to start from nothing and then have to build that portfolio, that clientele.
Oh man, who are you telling?
Can you imagine?
Who are you
like
telling? I
doing
slept in
your
the
first
car. I slept in the car my first 2 years, bro.
I remember.
It was crazy, and people were looking at me like I'm crazy for spending $600 on a tattoo machine, and I'm living in a car.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like I have no problem
You gotta bet on
with
yourself.
with somebody spending money on investing in themselves if it's something that they know they want to do and that they're good at doing, or at least plan on getting good at doing.
If you're passionate about it.
I think it's dumb if you go do something like spend a bunch of money on a car, because that's just going to depreciate.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you go and do something like that, when everybody knows Jahi can draw, everybody knows that he probably did a few
Is that
tattoos
white
before.
before?
You know how much flack I got for that from my father and my mom for buying that. I was like, because they was like, oh yeah, they was telling me like, what you doing with your life? And I was like, oh yeah, I got some new stuff. I was just telling them what was going on. I was like, oh yeah, I just got this new machine. I was excited about it, and I'm still living in a car. And I told them about it, and bro, they went ham on me. I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, yo, wait.
I'll say this.
I ain't got no kids. If y'all leave me alone, I ain't hurting nobody but me.
I'll say this and then we take a break real quick. But we gotta remember too that a lot of times these people are older, and so they don't understand the new ways of making money. Like your mom and my dad, I can tell my dad right now what I do, and he still doesn't understand because I don't have a full-time job. He's like, "You make big money, don't you?" I was like, "Not really." He's like, "Wait, you don't make a lot of money?" I was like, "I make enough to take care of me and invest in doing other things, but I don't need a full-time job to do that." And it's just weird because they're older, and so in their mind, they think you have to have like a steady income that's from a full-time job.
Not only
They don't understand.
But when I've shown you that I actually make more than you,
That's what I'm saying.
why are you still messing with me?
That's what it takes. It takes you to actually show them. Because, like, for example, I came to the house one time and Daddy was like, "Oh, Jahi got his own studio now, and him and his girlfriend, they got a place together, blah, blah, blah." They were giving you praise because they knew afterwards that you were good, that you made money. It takes them to see the afterward because they don't understand the building process. All they know is that get a job, you make money, you can provide, but they don't understand struggle. Do nothing, spend money on things that's going to invest in you, and then you provide.
They do, but it's just a different generation. Like
That's what I mean.
Because my mom always talks about
They want-
struggling. She's like, "Oh,
they
you
want
got
to
it
be
so
miserable.
easy, and this and that and this and that. You could be doing so much better."
They want us
And
to
it's
be
like
miserable.
it's like what you said. I don't want to tell her. I don't want to tell her. I'm doing very well, but it's just with them. They gotta show everything in order to see something.
Yeah.
And I was saying this on the way over here. I noticed that every black person on the way over here with a nice car, they had either the window down or the top off. And it's like, you just got to be seen. Like that's how you show your success. It's just how it is.
True.
Let's take a break real quick.
Yeah,
What you been up to, by the way?
it's working, making money. That full-time job you don't want to get into.
Let me ask you a question. All right, we back on the pod, by the way.
Responsible.
Is there
Cassie.
anything that you want to do that's away from that full-time job? Because you know me, like I don't want a full-time job because I have so many things that I want to do, and the time I put into a full-time job doing things that I don't want to do is taken away from my growth in those other things. But I have a lot of things that's not related to a full-time job that I want to do, but that may be different from other people. So that's why I was asking that question.
No, I was gonna get my own tow truck company started up,
Mm-hmm.
and it won't be a full-time job. You know, I'm gonna be on my own hours. You call me, you need
If you
it.
start your own tow truck company, though, you still got a lot of work to put in to build it. It's like Jahi was saying, he was homeless for the first 2 years before.
I mean,
He
you
said
gotta
where
start
he's at now.
somewhere though.
Jahi was homeless for 2 years, and look at him now, young Nipsey Hussle.
I also had $0 when I started. If he got some dollars to start off with,
That's true.
he'd be all right. You know what I mean?
You can invest quicker, yeah.
You know, my brother Cairo's gonna invest in the company, help me out.
You said Cairo?
We know Cairo got all that money. He's hiding it.
What do
over
you
there.
do? I don't even really. What do you do?
I've been doing the same thing for 13 years.
We can't hear you.
How's
Chomping
that
and
chicken?
shit.
I've been doing the same thing for 13 years.
Which is
Working for a
Cintas.
recycling company.
Pull the mic closer.
So you recycle paper?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, okay.
But that's not what he wants to do either, though.
What do you want to do?
I would like to do like data and analytics for like sports.
Mm.
Like if there was like a fantasy show or something like that, or like betting, but also use like my
Really?
personality.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I guess like how what Matthew Berry does, that would be like my ideal job.
Who is that?
It's like a podcast for like
okay.
fantasy sports and betting and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what we was talking about.
Yeah.
You should probably just be a podcast guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would like that. Use personality and talking. I like to do stuff like that, but that would be my dream job. I used to like doing my job now. We used to service ESPN, so I would go in there and see the people actually doing the data and like having that nice office. I would love something like that. But it's kind of on the same train as what Control's doing.
Mm.
I feel like we can
do you
definitely
mean?
work together. Like having a studio where you can do multiple things in, kind
Oh,
of like
yeah.
how they do here.
So that's a goal of me and Cairo talked about this before, is being able to like own a space like this, and we can do our podcast in it and also rent it out to other people. That way we can have a steady income. And I don't want to like this is not our studio. We rent this from somebody else, but I think they rent their space too because it's attached to a bigger building. I want to own the actual building and have multiple suites in it and rent all those out.
And set up like how this area is different from that area, and then like have different people be able
And,
to
like,
help the community.
Right next door, they have church in there. So like they have church there, and then we do this here. And I'm like, I want to be able to do that, like own the building where I can do that. And then eventually, what I want to do outside of podcasting and owning that space is I want to be able to have, like Tyler Perry has his own like sound studio and like entire like studio for making film in
Like
Atlanta.
Disneyland.
I kind of want that to be somewhere in or around Charlotte, so people don't have to keep going to Atlanta, New York, Florida, California, Texas to make film. I want this to be a somewhat of a hub in North Carolina. So, because I like North Carolina, I want to be here, but I don't want to have to go all the way to California every time I want to make a movie. Go to Vancouver when I want to make a movie. Go to New York. Go to Florida, whatever. Go to Atlanta because it's the closest thing to a movie hub.
Wasn't they supposed to be making movie studios in East Lamar? What was
They
talking
were,
about
but
that?
we lost
Yeah,
that
I guess.
deal because of that law that passed where
The mic, Cairo.
we lost
The
that
bathroom
deal.
thing?
Yeah, the bathroom.
Oh my God, we lost that
We
over
lost
the bathroom.
PayPal. Yeah,
Oh
we
my-
But
lost
it
PayPal.
wasn't just because that. It was mainly because the tax credits in North Carolina were they decided they didn't want to do that anymore, and so there's no point in you don't make money. You don't get the tax credit for making films in North Carolina anymore. At least, I don't know if they changed it. I
At
think
one
they
point
were
it
trying
was.
to
'Cause
change
I
it.
remember they did Banshee here.
They used to do a lot of stuff here. They did like Mockingbird, that movie, Hunger Games. They did Hunger Games in this area.
It
They
was,
did,
yeah.
Eastbound
Joanna
and Down was
Man,
here.
all that stuff. They were doing it because we had a tax credit, and then I think somebody else got elected. They got rid of the tax credit, and so they just pulled out all the film business from here. And I think
It's not for the bathrooms. So.
they were trying to bring it back. I think the next person they were voting for would think about doing it, but I don't know if that ever happened or not. But yeah, it kind of stripped away all the film stuff in the area. Now we get a lot of like reality TV shows, but like you don't have any real movies or TV shows coming in big time like they used to be.
Speaking of which, I mean, I know this is Jahi's episode, but you got to explain this whole writer's strike with me. Because there's a reason why they're doing it. I mean, I know that, but I'm kind of getting frustrated because all my shows are
It's just one of those things where like they're in a position where they can hurt the business, the workflow and all that stuff by deciding not to work. Because writers, you don't have anything if you don't have a writer except reality TV, and even some reality TV you need a writer for.
I just found out that they don't even get paid residuals for their stuff.
Some people don't.
I decided, let's say have the contract that like Jersey Shore, that whole cast, they didn't get paid anything after that. That's why you see them drunk, laid out in Vegas somewhere, passed out.
You talking about Welvin?
Yeah, man. You ever seen that guy? We seen it from the beginning.
We saw him when we went to Vegas.
We see him like every day. We see him walking down the strip. At first it was like, oh, yo, that's the guy.
You know what I'm mad about though? The people who made him famous just left him. I wonder what happened there. Like, was it like they tried to give him some guidance and he didn't listen, or were they just like, oh, I'm gonna make money off this dude and just like leave him dry?
Nah, you got to remember this guy has a mental disability and also
Obviously.
has drinking problems and.
Obviously. So like what I'm saying is like the people who were recording him and posting his stuff, what happened to them? Why are they not there? Like, did they just leave him or did?
Friends.
Huh?
They weren't his real friends.
It's distorting them, man.
We're his real friends. That's why we brought him onto the podcast today.
He talking about you.
I know.
No, I was actually talking about Wash. You think Jahi looks like Welvin the Great?
I thought you were just talking about lifestyle or something. I don't know.
Nah, man, I don't really have anything bad to say about Jahi these days.
Nah, I'm actually
Say it.
Jealous.
what?
Proud?
Yeah, I was gonna say proud. But I was trying to think of a
Jealous.
better way to say it.
You know, I'll try. I tried.
Because I know Jahi since you were like 7th, 8th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing you grow up and go through different like sections of your life.
Seeing him grow from being 4'11" to 6'6".
That was crazy.
In one
Dog,
summer.
my man
growth,
was
right.
like an inch and a half shorter than me. Went to New York, came back 6'5". I'm like,
Seeing him not know how to play basketball to dunking on people the next year.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Are you still playing basketball?
I haven't hooped in so long, but I still do y'all up.
You think so?
I
Really?
would, yes.
I'm in horrible shape.
Oh yeah, Cairo can't do that. Cairo
I can go
probably
outside.
I
throw
would
it back.
pass out.
I can still go outside right now and two-hand dunk it. Like,
Really?
No problem. Yeah.
If I was
I can still do
6'11",
that.
I'd do the
but-
same
How much
thing.
you weigh?
We ain't gonna
Like
talk about
110?
that. We ain't gonna talk about that.
That's another thing.
I'm actually self-conscious about that.
Do you still
one.
have a six-pack?
Yes, but that's a problem.
Can we
It's-
show?
No,
Not for me
but
personally.
No, it's actually a
I don't,
problem.
I'm saying I don't want to actually see her
I'm
six-pack.
30. I'm 30 years old, and I do not go to the gym, and I'm still this skinny. And I like I have a six-pack only through skinniness, through sheer skinniness. Like it's a problem. It's a problem for me. I don't even like this. I'm kind of self-conscious about this shit. I don't like it because
Why do you think you're so skinny like that? Where is that come
because
from?
I am. Bro, I am.
Do you eat?
It's a stress. That's actually more than I thought.
That's
That's more than
crackhead.
I thought.
Like
Right? That's
crackhead
crackhead
status.
light.
Right.
now,
That's why they gave you a hard time at McDonald's.
Yo, I'm actually like on the scale when they talk about the scale, I'm emaciated.
yeah,
Like
that's
from
not
when it goes
good.
from like obese to like whatever. Yeah, I'm emaciated.
You're
I forgot he has such
Malnourished.
a large vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Remember he used to model? We got to find those old pictures, man. Those Abercrombie pictures.
Nah.
Yo,
That was
Jahi, so
wild.
that's another thing. When he came back from New York, remember he had like biceps like this big and zero body
That's when
fat.
you was working out?
Yes.
Because at one point you was in the gym.
Bro, but you know how much I had to do to sustain that? I was going to the
Too
gym.
much.
I was going to the gym twice a day, and I was eating like 10,000 calories a day.
That's crazy.
Like I swear
That's not
to
even good
God,
for you.
bro, I was eating whole chickens like fucking apples. Like it was crazy, and I had to go to
I
the
do that
gym.
now.
And I had to go to the gym twice a day to maintain that. I only got to 175. That's the heaviest I've been in my
Really?
life. Yeah, when you saw me, that was me just with 20 pounds more muscle. But like,
Crazy.
it's just that's how big I looked with just because how skinny I am right now.
You
Like,
gotta send us those pictures so I can post it.
still 2% body fat.
I got them in my favorites.
I am still. Oh my god, gross. I'm still 2% body fat. Like, and like I'm starting to like go to the doctor and learn about like hormone imbalances and things like that. And like being 2% body fat is actually really bad, especially for a man, to like for like endurance and shit like that, and testosterone production and shit like that. So like, yeah, low body fat percentage is actually not good.
So how often do you go to the doctor? I want to tell y'all something after this too.
Nah, I mean, not too often. But how he explained it to me was like, he was like, yeah, if you have low body fat, then your body's starving. So it's actually like trying to preserve some stuff. You can't be too aggressive and be worried about lifting weights and doing this and doing that. So it like it'll lower your testosterone production and lower like all types of shit. It's probably why I don't got a beard.
Excuse me. I have a question. But I'm sorry. Before your question, I have a question about this. I know you smoke a lot of weed.
Oh yeah.
Does that have anything to do with it at all?
What?
Smoking a lot of
Are
weed.
there any side effects to weed?
The only reason I ask is because I've noticed like people who smoke a lot of weed will munch, but outside of munching, they don't really eat meals.
Well, yeah, that'll mess with it will mess with your appetite. Yeah, but it doesn't mess with me being skinny. I'm still just skinny. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much I eat. Like if I was like, I go through times where I'm eating like hella, like all day, all the time. Like when I was eating 10,000 calories a day, I still only got
Maybe
to
just really high metabolism,
super high. Like it's
hyperthyroidism could be
it could be something. Like
it's crazy how that works both ways, right?
What?
Thyroidism.
Yeah. It's I don't know what it is.
Ask your question, Cairo, and bring the mic close to your mouth.
Don't talk to me like
Do you
Joe
understand
Rogan.
how tough it is when I gotta edit these things and I gotta bring your volume up and then duck down everybody else's?
Stop talking to me like I'm a diva. I got it.
Bring it to your mouth then.
Don't say stuff like that.
Say get it close.
Listen.
Don't be afraid of it.
No, how old are you now? How old are you now?
I'm 29. I'll be 30 in December.
So we're all, with the exception of you, Nate, we're all, 30-year-old men.
Yeah.
Give or take a few. My thing is, why as black men do we not like to go to the doctor? I mean, is it something that we're just not taught?
I mean, I go enough. I go when something wrong.
Right.
That's not how it should be, though. You should go to the. Do you have a primary care physician?
Yes, I do.
And how often do you go to see him?
When something wrong.
That's called the emergency room. So I go to the doctor at least twice a year. And you can learn so much. Like I found out so many things about myself. And it's important to learn that about yourself. It's important to learn about your family health because that stuff is all hereditary.
That's another thing. If your family if like your fathers didn't go to the doctor as much, you don't even know
but they
all that
exactly.
information. Yeah.
Or you learn when they die.
Yeah.
So I say all that because it's like we need to start getting our prostates checked. As I know the stigma behind it, but it's not like that anymore. They don't even use their finger anymore.
They use a tongue?
Whoa.
Tongues. Multiple for samples. You need to get your cholesterol checked. So I mean you do all this.
I've had all that stuff checked though.
So do you ask your doctor like
except for the prostate?
I mean, because we can talk about mental things. How are you mentally like?
Oh, well, that type of stuff. Yeah, I actually had to go through like I don't know if my mom's ever talked to you, if y'all ever had this conversation.
Not this, no.
But yeah, a few years ago, I went to a psychologist and stuff like that, and I found out that I might be quote unquote like on the spectrum.
I think I remember you telling me this,
but I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit because
I don't think you are.
How am I this high functioning?
Yeah,
I mean that's kind of weird.
That's why it's called a spectrum.
It's weird.
I don't like that.
Spectrum thing,
but
like
because they say it's a spectrum, but then they was like, I asked them because I went home and did my own research and shit. So I was like, so Asperger's, and they were like, nah, you're autistic, sir. And I was like,
no, that can't
kind
be
of
right.
bullshit, like kind of.
That can't be right. So the spectrum, I get the spectrum. Like some people, like the people that you think are weird are normally on the spectrum, but there's no way you're on the spectrum.
That's how I feel like it. That's how I feel. I feel like I don't think so, but I mean, they trying to tell me this and tell me that, and I just feel like it's trying to just get some money on me for a diagnosis, some shit like that. That's how I felt about it.
That's something that happens too. Like if you go to therapists or psychologists, I think sometimes they
try to confirm. They try to confirm your bullshit to give you a diagnosis to make you feel like, oh, here's a reason why you acting like this instead of
feeding a machine.
Remember we watched the documentary, right, when they were talking about the sex change stuff. about
Yeah.
how like it's they like
What is a woman?
yeah
Yeah.
about like therapists and stuff trying to confirm kids. Like kids would go there for something completely different, and then they walk out thinking I might be the other gender, and
Right.
and that happens a lot. Actually, there's this girl that I want to get on the podcast at some point who went through that. She
Oh my God.
I know she said she turned 18 and was gonna go pay for her sex change, and then she realized that I'm not a guy. I may feel tomboyish and stuff, but I'm not a man. And she's like, for years since I was like 13 or something, I've been going to therapists, and my therapist has been telling me that maybe I'm a guy, maybe I'm a guy. And
That's
then
crazy.
she was like, I remember days I would go there because I had a good day, and I would want to tell her about my good day. She would ask me about my day, and I would start to tell her about the good day, but then somehow we go back to me being the guy thing.
Mhm.
And she's like, now that I'm 18 or 19 now, and I can look back and realize I can look at it objectively and be like, she was kind of coercing me to
Into
make
that
me
shit,
believe I was a
yeah.
man.
It's grooming, man. At its worst.
Yeah.
And imagine if that's
Yeah.
that's your teacher, your child's teacher, and they're trying to teach them that stuff.
That's terrifying. If you have a kid and they have some kind of mental issue, whether it's like behavior issues or whatever, you want to make sure that your kid is taken care of. So you take them to therapy, and then they walk out maybe worse than they were before.
Yeah,
A lot of
you
people
put
more
ideas in their head, or
confused.
maybe
Yeah.
you're in the wrong body. Like, that's
Yeah,
weird
a
as
lot
hell.
of people homeschool their kids now.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people.
Your
do
sister's
not have
homeschooled.
Partial. Like, she going back. isn't
She went back.
Yeah, she's going back.
They couldn't handle it.
yeah,
It was too much.
Yeah, but I think
I know she's going back. That back to school shopping was hell on my pockets. Ah, damn.
This Jahi, that's why you gotta just spend valuable time with her so that you don't have to spend the money. She go to you
Time
to
is
get,
money,
get
man.
money. She come to
Bro.
me when she want to hang out.
She come to you when she want to, bro. She hit me up when she wants something. That's about it, bro.
Yeah, I
Like,
know. That's what I'm telling you. You feed a monkey, they gonna keep coming back. She called me. She would text me and be like, "Hey, when we going to the pool?" I'm good. That's all I need you to do. I can take you to the pool for free.
She be like, Ja, when we going to the mall, I need school clothes. She was like, I need pink dunks for a party. She was like, I need an iPad. I got her phone fixed. I was like, bro, like she's some ATM to that girl. Crazy. But I'm the blood brother, y'all. Like, it's crazy.
I love my little sister though, man.
Oh no, we both blood. I forget. Yeah.
I love her to death.
I haven't seen her. Like the last time I seen her, I was shocked.
She's
'cause,
tall,
like,
man.
Tall as hell.
She was a
right?
baby
Yeah.
last time I seen her. Like
You should see it now. Ri'Yadh saw her. He was like, "Dang."
I seen her. Remember, I was there.
Oh,
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't get to go to see Jahi, but I did get to see her.
She is so tall, man. And I think though, like, you know, she's a girl, so she's probably gonna peak in the next year or two. But she is tall,
Yeah, and she don't play no sports.
crazy. But she all muscle.
Man, I was asking her when we took her shopping and why she don't hoop. She was, I don't want to hoop. I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
She want to hoop. She want to play volleyball.
She has this thing where she wants to do something, and as soon as it starts a little tough, or she just gets bored with it, she don't want to do it anymore.
As a matter of fact, the last time I talked to her, she had just said that she had quit something.
Gymnastics.
Right, she had just quit like that day or something.
Yeah. She had like a tantrum at one point, I think, in the class because she couldn't do a certain flip or something. And then she's like, I don't want to go back.
Kind of reminds me of Nana.
And then she went to one of Caden's flag football, and she's like, I want to do that. And Data's like, no, you're not doing that.
No.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, man. I hope
Crazy.
if I have kids, man, I don't think I can have a girl.
You don't or do?
I don't.
I don't even think I want kids now in this environment. Like thinking like how he was saying, like you can't even send your kids to school now. Like that's really something you got to think about. Like, damn, I really got to homeschool my kids because like the schools, they getting shot up, what they teaching your kids and shit like that. So it's like, bro, I don't even want to bring nobody into this world. World War III might pop out. When I got an infant now, nah, dog. Or I got like a 5-year-old and we gotta go scramble to the mountains. It's like, yeah, I just feel like anything will break out like that, like quick now. The way this shit going.
There's so many different reasons not to have children, and I see both sides of it. But here's my side. It's like when you bring them into the world, the main thing about having a child is it's expensive. That's the first thing. Then you have to worry about being a good father, being a good parent. Then before you even do any of that, you have to worry about the partner that you choose, if they're going to be there for you, or vice versa, if you can even stay there for them. All that's tough, man.
I think
I mean, most people don't even think about that type of stuff. Like, if they're gonna stick around and be with these persons, and like, or if they're gonna be around for me, nah, they just out here nutting in holes, and hoping for the best.
all those reasons.
I'm niggas.
What Jahi was saying, and what you were just saying, all those are good reasons, like to be like, it's not safe to have a kid, right? I think that's why having a kid, I don't know, it's like a huge sacrifice. I think that's a big reason why having a kid shows how much you love a kid, because if you have a kid, you are in that position of like, all right, let me make sure I have the right partner. Let me make sure I can spend money on them. Let me make sure that I protect them best I can. Because it's like it's such a big undertaking to take care of a kid. You give away a lot to do that.
But you're so mature that you think that way. But you have to remember, like 99% of people don't think that way. I don't say 99%, but a lot of people don't think that.
But that's my point. It's like you're doing so much. Like I said, you sacrifice so much. It's such a big undertaking to even have a kid in the first place, and you got to spend at least 18 years of that work consistently, protecting them, providing for them, raising them, teaching them.
People not thinking like that, though. I'm trying to say.
I know. I'm just saying that's why I think it's such a big love to give to have a kid because of that. But it's
I'm just saying, because some people just being made fathers out here and not wanted it. So it's like I mean, it could be a big thing to have a kid, but to some people it's really not.
Nah, it's a burden. Actually,
it's a burden because like I see
what you're saying. The same thing,
and then not even like a burden. Like I tattooed these little niggas this dude must have been like 18. His homie calls him on FaceTime, right? And I'm tattooing. I'm not even worried about what's going on. And he talking about you still with shorty? He's like, oh yeah, I'm still with her. Like, oh, you pulled a bad one. She fine, bro. Yo, you need that nut in her, dog. That's how these motherfuckers is talking.
Crazy.
You used to be like that, bro.
18 years old.
You used to be crazy like that.
No, I was not. I was never. I was never like that.
He never talked crazy. He never talked crazy when he was young. But he did some. I
did some wild shit. But like I wasn't.
You used to make me mad because it's like I used to be like, man, am I stupid? Is he smarter than me? he's a kid, but I remember used to be like, man, the thing about Jahi is he says a lot of good stuff, but you gotta start backing it up. But I remember I used to be mad. I used to be like, I remember the one time you corrected me when it was something you said. I learned a lot of words from you. I remember, what was the word? I still use it to this day. It's in my repertoire. What is this?
There is one word I can't remember. Volition,
what it was. Or your own volition. I remember he told me what it meant, and I put him to the side. I was like, "Hey, man, what's that word?"
You don't even notice, but you came back from New York, right? And sorry, you always use big words, but I think he picked up on it when you came back from New York, right? My man downloaded the dictionary app and had like like the word of the day and will learn every word every single day.
That's smart, man. That's smart.
Just because how you were using big words all the time. Do you think New York changed you?
Iron sharpens irons, bro. I'm glad I helped your vocabulary.
Hey.
Yeah. Huh?
Do you think New York changed you?
Definitely.
What ways?
Not New York itself, just having two separate upbringings, like a little bit with my mom, a little bit with my father.
Yeah.
It was more of that than the actual environment. Yeah. But like, yeah, had I stayed like my whole life with my mom, I felt like I may have been a lot softer. You know what I mean? If I would have spent my entire life with my dad, I'd be locked up. So like I feel like I got a good balance.
That's smart. I feel the same way. I feel like if I was like with my dad 24/7, I don't think I would have been locked up. I probably would have had a lot of kids though.
Nah, definitely been locked up.
Yeah. Your dad seems like a cool guy.
Nah, he's cool. He's cool, but it was really just like he was like real like pressed on like what you doing, make moves and stuff like that. So I always felt like very, very, very pressed to like impress him, to go and get shit and go get stuff myself, and like and just like probably gave me a little too much freedom.
Yeah.
And that really like that coupled with me be out here trying to get stuff, trying to be in the streets and stuff, and like the freedom that I had, like it got me in a lot of trouble.
That was my thing. My dad was just too laid back, too cool. Yeah. He wasn't a bad person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was too laid back on that part. Yeah. Just go ahead, go to the party and do shit. He didn't really give a fuck when I was coming home and shit like that. So like that part of it really kind of made me get in a lot of trouble.
I think if I had to grow up with my mom my entire life, I probably would have been like really like anxious all the time, and because I see how she is now, and it's like, man, you're so like high sprung. Like and it makes me like that when I'm around you. So it's like my dad is like just cool, composed, laid back all the time. That's why Ri'Yadh's the way he is. It's like we get certain things from our parents, but I think I have like the perfect amount. I think I probably could have spent more time with my dad though.
So I feel like I'm from there.
That's the thing about like being here and being in other cities, is that like they have more transit and like walkable areas, where here you gotta drive everywhere, so you use Uber or you use GPS to find out where you're going. Where you just like, I'm gonna hit the spot, walk up like 5 blocks, and you know where you're at.
You walk up to the bus stop, take the bus, and you take the few stops. You know a bus is gonna get off at. So it was like I really know how to get around a lot better up north than here.
Let me ask you a question. Do you? Granted, there's some things New York has that we don't have here, and like you said, you had like a lot of formative years there. You got a lot of trouble there. But if you say like, if you wanted to live the life that you want to live, what place do you think you like best, New York or here?
Oh, definitely here.
Yeah.
The person that I want to be, and especially as I'm getting older, the person that I'm trying to be, and the person that I feel like is the best person for me to be going forward. Like it needs to be here. Like up there it's like I said, it's that rat race. Everybody trying to like. You always feel like you need to have one up or go get it, and like have one up on the next person. Like my dad even said it when he came down here. When he came down here and he kind of like chilled out from it and everything, he was like, "Bro, it's different. Like I just feel like I can just live now." You know what I mean?
New York is like #1 hustle spot.
Yeah,
like you
every time you always feel like you gotta out hustle somebody else.
Yeah.
You always feel like you gotta out hustle somebody else. It's shit crazy. I don't know.
Here is you just people come here to retire.
Yeah,
I don't gotta work no more.
But now our traffic's getting real bad.
Because people come here.
Oh no.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you know since COVID happened, we had so many people from New York and California move here to where like
The infrastructure can't handle it.
well, not only that, but like what happened was like franchises moved into the area, started buying so much property and houses, and now they have houses and stuff, and they raise the rent so high that we can like people that live here can't afford it. And so like
$2
now
grand for studios. Shit crazy.
yeah, it's so high. It's so high now. Everything is so high.
That used to
because
be.
of that.
I remember that happened to me, man. I was looking to buy a house. Waited 1 year after COVID.
Skyrocketed.
After COVID, it's like the price is almost doubled, like from 150,000 to like 300,000 easily.
And then the inflation started happening.
Yep, right after that.
Like my grandma that just bought that house. She bought that for like $323. Didn't our parents buy their house, which is bigger than her house, for like $120 something?
Crazy. You know, remember the apartment that they used to live in? I was living with them when they first had our little sister. It was with a pool, and it was like 2 or 3 bedrooms. I can't remember, but it had a pool and everything. $600 for rent.
Crazy.
I looked at that back in. This was like, I looked at it again. That same apartment complex, the same type of room apartment that they had, it's like $1,350,
Crazy.
$1,400.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. Even Concord, we moved. Like, can't even just move out to the outskirts anymore because they filling that up now too. Like, me and my girl that we
Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. 1 bedroom is 13.
Yeah.
To back there in that spot.
Yeah, we had a studio in Concord for $700 a month, right? We moved a year later. It's $1,100. Studio in Concord for $1,100 a month. It looks like a hotel. It looks like a Roach Motel.
Remember the little apartment
Crazy.
that I have in Huntersville?
Yeah, it looked just like those.
The little teeny tiny.
Yeah, it was.
It was that one. It was that exact type of apartment.
Yeah,
Yes.
with no bedroom door.
Yeah.
It was $800 when I was in there. I moved out into the house that we in now, and looked at it like I think a year and a half later. This was like right after COVID, like when people started not caring anymore. The same apartment. I looked at the same one. It was like $1,200. I'm like, it's not even worth $1,200.
It's not even worth that.
A different company took over and raised the price, and I know they didn't do any renovations.
Craziness. Crazy.
It's crazy how much.
You think the market's gonna go back down?
I mean, it's got to. It's got to.
The market.
You would think it has to.
It has
the
to.
market on housing has gone down a little bit, but as far as rent, I don't think that's.
It's got to blow up. Sometimes people can't pay these. People can't pay
Or
these
what's
prices.
gonna happen is everyone's gonna just start
Move
living
away.
together.
You know, People are gonna move away, and Charlotte's gonna become like an elitist city.
Yeah, it's gonna get to a point where Because what's happening is, like I said, like these big companies are come down buying so much property and raising the price. Because at the time, so many people were moving here. There's like these people are going to need somewhere to stay, so they're going to buy these places, even though we know these prices are not good. They're going to buy it anyway because they don't have a choice. But now it's going to get to a point where people are settling down. Not too many people are moving here anymore, and people that are already here are going to be like, "I'm good where I'm at. I'm not trying to move because things are too high right now." And so they're going to be like, "We have all these properties that are vacant." And we're spending so much money on taxes and all this other stuff where we're going to have to drop prices eventually.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
Got to. Something's got to give.
Every time I go home, I have to drive through like
Price of
these.
eggs.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know how much eggs cost. Like they were like $12, right?
They got
My daddy was like, I don't even know
gold now.
My daddy was like, I don't even know how much I didn't know how much eggs cost until I went there to buy some one time, and it was like $8. He's like, is this how it always been?
It ain't always been like this.
Exactly.
It ain't always been like
And
this.
I order eggs. It's like, are these on sale? Like eggs only cost like $1.90. Like, is that right? I can't believe they went up that high. But
Yeah.
guns and butter, bread and butter.
What's the name? My dad lives up in Brown Summit, and they have the grocery stores there have a local thing like, oh yeah, we'll buy your eggs. We'll help. They had that while that was going on. Yeah, if you're a farmer, yeah, we'll buy your eggs for like a premium too. My dad was giving them hella eggs. He only got like 5 chickens.
Where was he getting? Your dad got chickens?
Yeah, my dad got chickens.
Your daddy moved out of the
He
moved out of concrete,
Literally.
jumping into a
Yeah.
farm.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. He moved down to the south and became a redneck real quick.
He stays here?
Yeah, he got a boat and everything.
That boy,
for real.
He clocked that life for real.
Yeah.
I bet he enjoying it. Though.
Oh yeah, he loves it.
No
Yeah,
more
he loves
hustle,
it.
no more grind. Don't
more
gotta
hustle,
look
no
over
more
your
bustle.
shoulder.
Yeah,
All you gotta do is just
Everything's
relax.
slow. Everybody speak to you, man. I love it here, man. I'm not gonna lie. I know they say it's no place like home, but I just couldn't imagine going anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, like I've lived in other places, and just like Jahi, it's like this is where you want to be. Like you move out, maybe. I feel like this is what happens when you're a kid. You don't know nothing about the world. You don't know anything about the world, so the first thing you think of is like, I gotta go here where the lights are, right? And then you get there, you grind there, you get depressed there, you have some successes there, you have formative years there, but then after it's all said and done, you just get to a point where it's like, I want to go home. And then you come back and you're like, why did I even leave in the first place? Like, this is where I belong. And that's why I feel about North Carolina. I don't know if every place is like that, but
I remember you left, man. I hated it. I was like, man, that's like losing a family member. Like, we didn't get to talk. It's already bad enough to keep in touch with you, but it's something about that, like, sense of security, knowing that like you're right around the corner,
right,
you're not far.
that I can just show up at your front door anytime,
right?
Which happens.
It happens. Like, I picked her up from the airport. I was excited. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll definitely come pick you up. Like, I'm right around the street.
What was it? Not too long ago, I just text you like, you home? He's like, yeah, and I just stopped by. Yeah, it happens all the time.
I was telling my brother he moved, and he was like, he had to, he had kids or whatever, he had to move, and I was like, man, you should move close to family. Like, that's your support system. Like, you want your kids to grow up around their family, even if you don't talk to them every day. At least you have that peace of mind knowing that they're here. I couldn't imagine my life without my friends.
You know what I think is a good idea? I heard about it recently. I forgot where I heard about it from, but I think it's a good idea to have kind of like a compound to where, like, for example, I live in a neighborhood, right? My house is in this neighborhood, and I'm in this one house. If my dad and mom, like if my mom and dad were married, they would stay in the house next to me, and then my sister would stay in the other house across the street. It's like we're like our immediate family, and then maybe even our parts of our extended family will be like in the same neighborhood where you have like just a compound, like a community.
That's how it used to be. My granddad, his brother, they live like right 2 houses down from each other, like still have the same house. And it's like, even if they fall out or they're not talking, it's like, you can always go down there and just, make amends. Just literally walk 10 seconds down the street.
Like Sunday night dinner all the time with each other, cookouts all the time.
They don't do that anymore, man. And I know why. I mean, there's a reason why. The family structure is just falling apart because Big nobody cares. Like what Jahi was saying, it's like, niggas just out here nutting. Like, they don't care about family or anything.
Like, nothing at home. That shit crazy. Hoping for the best. Just
It's crazy.
My shorty's got fetishes over that shit.
That's weird,
bro. Really, I've had girls tell me that, and I'd be like, "Nah, you're weird. Go ahead and go.
Yeah,
like, you're done."
They want to start a family.
If a girl,
yes.
man,
bro,
that's that thing that Drake had, right, when he put the hot sauce in.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and then they don't know their dad. They don't know their dad. Their dad don't know their dad. Or they're locked up or something.
Talking dirt and me talking about some. Oh, make me sit down for the summer.
What?
I don't even understand
If
that.
someone told me that, I'd be like, have a seat, sweetheart. Let's talk about this.
Shorty,
He turns it down the field.
You want to do what? You want to do what this summer?
Make me chill out for the summer by putting a baby in you? Oh, you're weird. Oh,
I'll
you're
break your
weird.
like.
Yeah, you're strange.
That's
She's like, I don't want to be a hood rat
That's
no more.
like, hold up. That's dirty talk. Yeah, that's weird, sweetheart.
Hey, let's
Let's go ahead and make a bad decision.
Let's do a little lightning round.
Go ahead. Lightning round.
What's the oldest woman you slept with? I kind of know the answer to this.
Shit. I think I was 18 or like 18,
Let's hope so.
like 18, 19, 20-ish around there. Like, and she was like 35. I think that was the biggest gap.
All right, now what's the oldest? Because 35 can't be your oldest.
Yeah, I mean, that was the oldest to me at the time. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's
but
the
who's your
biggest gap.
oldest?
But like, I guess she was like the oldest period was like 42, something like that.
Man, that's nasty. What's the fattest girl you ever slept with?
Ooh, fattest.
I don't have nothing against fat girls.
Oh,
I love me some fat girls.
nah. Yeah, every shit.
I don't like old women.
Shit. Biggest girl. I mean, I wouldn't even I wouldn't know what to tell you. I ain't ask her how much she weighed. I wouldn't know what to tell you.
No, well,
Yeah, I really wouldn't know what to tell you.
We know you're an artist. Draw a picture.
Yeah. Draw a picture for you. All right. Yeah. I say about.
Oh, that's 400.
Yeah.
That's about 400.
Hips about that wide.
No doubt about it.
Whoa, hips that wide?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about four.
Every now, I mean, shit.
She
man,
waddle when she
we
walk.
don't discriminate. We don't discriminate. And I took her out too. I'm not that type.
Took her out to dinner?
Yes, I did.
Well,
What
you
you talking
should just
about?
went to her kitchen. You know
Yeah.
she cooked good.
Yeah, hey, what shit? I just like I don't be liking shorties to feel like, oh, I don't be wanting to be seen with you. Now let's go. Let's go have fun. She was pretty in the face. What you talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
A lot of big girls are pretty.
She gotta be pretty. Like, I know a lot of guys they date like a girl with a nice body and she ugly. I rather date a woman that's flat but got a pretty face. I'm a thigh guy.
Nah,
So
I'm attracted to whatever I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to vibes too. Like I've dated like all types
Look
of
at you
shorties.
maturing.
No, I mean I've dated all, but this has been me my whole life. Like I've dated all types of shorties. Like my entire for real. Yeah,
We-
my entire life.
We've seen the women that you dated. I mean, they were gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but they were fucking stupid. I mean, we've seen the women that you dated, Jahi. You used to brag about it. You remember when you went to that one to the
Oh, we got stories.
bro? You remember we went out to eat that day? We went out to eat and we was chilling or whatever, watch TV, and then we left. I left my keys there, so I went back to get my keys. And when I went there, they were having like a huddle. Like 3 girls came up to me and was like, "Are you the guy that was there last night?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up? What's good? What's good? You got my keys?" She was like, that light skinned guy. Can you give him my number?" I was like, "All right, which one of y'all? Do I get any of your number?" They're like, "No." Yeah, it was more. It was like 2 of them. Like
one?
dead. Yeah, it was 2 of them. And I was like, all right, so which one of y'all want them? Because I'll take the other one.
I think the one that y'all know though. Do y'all remember when we was at I think the only person that I remember that y'all hanging out with that y'all
Right,
y'all
there's
know,
only been one that we hung out with.
yeah. Y'all met her. Remember?
Should we bleep the name?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. You should probably do that.
Nah,
I think she's married now. You should probably do that. But
Wait, what was her nickname? Was it?
yeah.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, okay.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
her. Yeah. Bleep both of them.
Yeah, please. Because I'm about to go in.
Yeah. Bleep both of those. But anyway,
She was gorgeous.
yeah, she was crap. Yeah, she was stupid. I ain't even gonna flex to you.
Yeah,
bro. She was dumb.
Hey.
She was dumb.
She
But,
probably a stupid housewife right now too.
yeah, probably. Barefoot and
She
pregnant.
married like some 5'6" guy or something like that.
Yeah, she did. How you know?
Because I was like, how dare you leave Jahi? Have you seen his 6-pack? This is you at Prime too. This is you when you was like working out. I was mad. I'd seen her at a concert and I was like, I tapped her on the shoulder. I was like, come here. She was like, I'm here with my fiance. I was like, I know that's the problem. I said, where is he?
She did marry a short nigga.
And then I put up my
Yeah, she did,
favorites.
man.
I showed her a picture of Jahi on my phone. I was like, do you see what you're missing?
But what's so crazy is, bro, me and her have been going back and forth. I ain't gonna say I did her dirty. I didn't do her dirty. But like, me and her have been going back and forth for so long, and she like, I don't know if she wanted to be with me so bad or whatever, but she was just taking whatever I did. and it's not like I was doing stuff to her. We weren't never like really together or anything like that. But she would tell me like that she was upset with some of the stuff, the way that I was moving and stuff like that. But I was telling her, like, she already knew, but she would tell me like, oh, I don't know if I can keep being with you, if we can keep doing it, and I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, if you need to be happy, go. Like, we don't need to talk. You hit me up. Like, we don't need to do this. Like, but and like when we had that conversation, like she really was just like, oh, well, boom, I guess that was it. And we talked like one time after that, and she felt like I like really was like telling her like, oh, you ain't shit to me. That's how she felt. But it was like, it's really what it was, because what I said to her was like, I don't want to keep leading you on if this ain't gonna go nowhere, and I feel like you want this to go somewhere.
Yeah,
that's what I told. That's the exact words I used with her.
So what you're doing is saying like, I'm not gonna be your husband. I know that's kind of where you see this going, but in her eyes, I think what happens is, I think this happened with guys too, is that they see somebody that they like so much, and they're like, maybe there's a chance they can change, and I'm gonna stay here as long as I can until I get to that point.
I think
that's delusional.
So I can let it go.
I can tell you from personal experience, a lot of times, like, you know, you'll see a woman and it's like, she isn't exactly what I want, but man, I may not find anyone that's close. So maybe I can just build in the rest of it. I know it's a bad way of thinking, but that's just the truth how it is.
I think that's what happens when you decide to be with the potential of somebody or some.
Y'all better get robbed.
Ain't no way.
Ri'Yadh.
All right, that's the end of the podcast.
It's bad out there.
It's real bad.
Yeah. 20 crackheads.
Bro, I used to live across the street. Shit crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I think what happens is sometimes you just. I lost my thought, Ray.
We were talking about filling in the gaps.
Oh yeah, you marry an expectation instead of who you have right in front of you. Like you think you're gonna be with. You look at this person, like, oh, I like you, and I see that you have potential to be this. And so what I'm not marrying you. I'm not gonna date you. What I'm dating is this thing that I see in your future, and you don't know if that person's gonna be that. It's just what you think they're gonna be one day, or what you want them to be.
And that's wrong, bro. Like that shit. Like, I was low key doing that with the shorty that I thought she was.
You don't think it was gonna go anywhere?
No. I was hoping it would go somewhere, but we were together 3 years, and I had thoughts of proposing, but there were certain things that I needed to see, and certain things that I thought she would grow into. You know what I mean? And then this happened. Like, we was already on the outs at the beginning of this month. Like, she was already on her way out the door over fighting and stuff like that before all of this even happened with the shorty and stuff. Before she even saw those messages. So yeah. So in that sense, like, I can definitely see what you're saying. But sometimes it's like, bro, it's something so small they need to get right. You know what I mean? And you just like, yo, that's all I need you to do is this.
Just this one thing.
Yeah, it's just this one thing.
And
you damn near perfect all the way around. I just need you to do this one thing. And it's like, sometimes that person just isn't what you need. Like that might not be the person that you thought, like you really thought you was gonna be with. It may not be that person. So
that's such.
Hey, real quick.
Especially when you waste all that goddamn time and fucking money.
That one girl that you was with, she was crazy about you.
Who?
The one we were just talking about?
Yeah. Because I remember one time we went out to dinner and she showed up with a beauty mark, the same as yours. I was like,
she did start doing that. She did start doing that. She was weird for that. She was weird for that. She was weird for that. Yeah.
You don't remember that?
I remember that.
I remember he texted me. He was like, yo, peep shorty's beauty mark. That ain't real. I was like,
I texted her under the table. That shit was weird. That shit was kind of strange.
Yeah. You look at that intense.
She's gonna kill you,
right? Yeah, she was gonna kill me.
She's gonna wear your skin.
Yo, do y'all remember? Like, y'all were there when I met her.
I told the story that I told you was the truth.
Oh, but you talking about like it was a bunch of girls? It was only her.
I came back the next day.
Oh,
remember I left my keys there.
Yeah.
And I came back the next day to get my keys. And they were having like a huddle in the store, in the restaurant. Okay. And then they ran up to me. It was like two of them.
Oh, okay.
So I have a question.
How about you met that night?
Bouncing off what you were just talking about with old girl you been with for 3 years. You said you had thoughts of proposing her. So obviously this is.
I bought a ring and everything, dog.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So right now, I know this hurts right now, actually.
Nigga,
but
what?
And
I'm in pain.
like you said, it happened like 20 minutes ago. So
you know how drunk I am? You know how many uppers I took before I came up in here? Bro, I'm off a few things.
Let me ask you a question. Outside of this one, what Has it been a relationship or?
I'm on like 4 niggas, bro. Like,
Just ask what he got.
Let me see.
You got some. Nah.
that was set up.
You gonna come over here?
You got We about to finish now.
You can't do another segment?
No, we got to be out by 3. But
I
so
didn't tell you 4.
outside of this relationship, what's been the most hurt or like the saddest one or something like that outside of the one you just got out of? Like, was there that one girl that
Yeah.
you like, dang, I messed up?
Yeah.
Was it her?
Yeah. No, it wasn't her.
You want to tell us?
I'm gonna say the name, but you definitely gotta believe her.
Oh yeah.
Was the one I
def-
like a
she,
lollipop?
she still lives here.
Okay,
She
I'll believe it.
getting married. Her name's you remember
I think so.
light skin shorty that I met that I used to be with I met her at Hollister when I was working there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fresh out of high school, bro. I messed the fuck up. I should have married that shorty.
Dang. Is she married now?
Was she white?
Yeah, she's married. She's getting married now.
That's crazy.
I should have married that girl.
What made you
I
realize that you
fucked
messed up?
Because though she was perfect. I straight up just took her for granted. That was really it. It was all my fault.
That's mature
I
enough
didn't
to
cheat.
admit
I
that.
didn't cheat or anything like that. It wasn't no crazy like that. I straight up just took her for granted. I was straight up like choosing, go do this, go make this play and shit with instead of hanging out with her and shit. Like I was really, really being dumb. That was like
How did it
really
end?
being fucking stupid. Her telling me that.
Mm.
Her telling me almost those exact words, and me like trying to deny it kind of thing, and then like really having to like look back on it and be like, yeah, bro, you just like she was doing everything she could. She really was, bro. She was
was
coming
working
back
hard.
from school to come see me. She went to school in App State, so she was coming back and she was driving back and forth to school to see me and shit. Like, yeah,
I've taken a
dropped the
drive a
ball.
couple times.
Dropped
That's
the
like
ball.
2.5 hours.
Jamie,
Drop
can
the
you
ball.
pull up her Instagram page? I want to see this girl.
She basically just
Hey, I'm
straight
gonna
up
ask you
told you.
a weird question. When you tattoo people, is it like marking your territory? You ever feel like that? Like you ever tattoo somebody that's like, yeah, bitch, I own a piece of you now. Like you're gonna have that for the rest of your life.
I mean, I've done so many. Oh my god, that's oh god, that's her.
I don't make
No, is it really?
That is her. Yeah, that's her nigga. Yeah, that's her nigga.
Oh, she private.
He looked like you.
She private. That's what you should have married her.
Yeah, should have married this one. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, I
Only
fucked up.
only
That's
wifey
a green
material is
flag right
private.
there.
on
I
Instagram.
fucked up, bro. She already got married. Her last name used to be.
She
Dang.
Yeah, she was bad. Yeah,
she looks like a down to earth, simple,
Yeah,
like
she was fun.
nice,
Simple
sweet
woman.
kind of girl.
She was fun. She was bad.
You blew her.
Yeah, I did. But I was young though. I was hella young.
Yeah, you can't
How
really
we
be
know?
hard on yourself.
Yeah, it can't be. It was a learning experience.
You
Think
can
you
probably
ever
still
find
sleep with
something
her.
like that again?
Really, Cairo, really.
You know what's crazy, bro? You know what's crazy?
You thought
I thought
about
about it. I thought about
Yeah,
it.
you could.
I thought about it. I thought about trying.
If you pop in her DMs,
Because see when crazier, she's the manager of one of my clients. So every time that dude comes in with a new tattoo, and I tattoo him a lot, like he's getting full sleeves from me and stuff. So every time he comes in with a new
This is
tattoo,
what
they
you do.
talk.
So I have a
they talk
question
about
for
me.
you.
This is
I have
what
a
you
question
do.
for you.
next time you do a tattoo, you put a little note, real
small in there.
Like, hey, call me, hit me
And
up.
shit, I tattooed her.
I was gonna
Her-
ask
her
you.
name.
That's why I
Yeah.
asked you that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You tattooed her, the dude?
No, the girl.
Oh, I'm about to be
But
like,
nah,
nah,
I feel
by the way,
what you're
you a
saying.
bitch, real
Nah, I feel what you're saying though. Like I feel like my girl, my ex that I just been with for 3 years, I put a bunch of tattoos on her. She gonna have to look at those.
You own
She gonna have to
real
look at
estate on her
those.
body.
I mean, she gonna have to look at those. She
Every
got
day.
one right here.
Oh, dang, you
That's
right.
crazy.
She got to look at those.
She gotta look at that every day in the mirror.
We got
every time.
We got a matching one, kinda. We both got spiders. So I mean, she
And
got to
let me
look at
ask
that
you
shit.
something, man. You put this tattoo on me, this dandelion. You put this on somebody else in the same exact spot. What was all with that?
They asked for it.
That was weird, right?
I mean, I put more in that same exact spot, bro. Trust me, you're not special.
Okay.
Trust me, you're not special. I put way more in that same exact
All right,
spot.
whatever. I get it.
it.
Because I always thought that was kind of weird. Because I could have sworn you freehand. Because you said, I'm freehanding this for you because I love you and this is This is personal just for you.
That's what I said.
That's what you told me
Okay.
as you
He
was
probably
doing
said
it.
it like 50 other times too.
Yeah.
Crazy. Now I feel you just like her.
So I was gonna ask you about her. What you just said about like trying to sleep with her again. Do you think she's? You said that she could have been the one or whatever, right? You think she's that good of a girl to where like if you even try right now, she'd be like, nah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
married.
she'd be like, hell no.
Really?
See,
Bro,
that's
she
the
wouldn't even
kind
answer me. She wouldn't even answer me.
That's the kind you should marry.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying. I know. She wouldn't even answer me.
All right, stop rubbing it in, Trell. We get
She
it.
wouldn't even answer me.
I'm just saying,
I'm wishing
man.
I would have.
I wish I had. We saying the same thing.
Shorty wouldn't even answer me.
You should have told me when you messed up, Jahi. I could have been right there.
The message wouldn't even be opened. Deleted. It wouldn't even be opened.
These
No
are
scene,
Ja-
no nothing.
These are Jahi's tattoos.
Yeah, these are my tattoos.
I'm so glad that you're doing your passion, man. Because for a second there, it got rough, and I thought you was gonna be like locked up or in jail.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you was
locked
gonna
up or
be like
dead.
a crack. I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
be Welvin.
Yeah, and I was gonna be like, man, all that talent, man, all that talent just gone away.
Before we get out here,
Seriously, I am
nobody
so
believe
glad.
in me.
let everybody know how they can find you and where you at and like all that stuff so that we can.
Okay, I work at a Sweet Nectar Salons in South End. My Instagram is Sideshow Ja. That's where you can find me, and that's basically it. That's all of it. right there.
Sideshow_Ja.
Yes, Sideshow
J-A-H.
underscore.
That's Instagram. Do you have anything else like TikTok or all that stuff?
I mean, I have a TikTok, which is same thing, Sideshow_Ja, but I don't really be on that much. If you got any Instagram, any
Did
tattoo
you pay
questions,
for the blue check?
Huh?
You paid for the blue check?
Yeah, I mean, my page gets faked a lot.
Oh, really?
I mean, well, they'll take tattoos
Yeah.
off my page and use them for like to try to get people's deposits and shit like that. So I just did it just because I use this for business.
Look at you, man. I am proud of you, bro. Really.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But my hand to God, I applied for the blue check like 2 years ago, right? And was put on a wait list and had to do all this shit to like, and had to get a website and stuff to like attach it to get it. I got it before, like a month before they started making niggas pay for it. So I actually got the check without paying for it, but then the next month they asked me for my card.
I was gonna ask, do they still do
I was mad.
do they still do it the organic way anymore?
No.
Or is it only paid?
I think it's only paid.
There's no reason for it.
It
Then.
kinda
It's
take-
cheap.
Well,
cheap
well,
as
Twitter does it two different ways. Like you can pay for one, and then you get the organic one, and they're slightly different. Like one is like the white check inside of a blue ring, something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I might be wrong though. I don't know.
if they
could be
don't do
wrong.
it the organic way anymore, it's like there's no point of having a blue check then, other than to say I can afford $20-something a month.
I mean, but for my reasons, people faking. If you have
Yeah.
a business, you know, what I mean, you want to show it's the real one.
Question for you though, like if there's no organic way to get a blue check anymore, couldn't they just fake your stuff and pay for it?
Yeah, but then it's like, why would you do that? That's a lot.
What do you get out of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
it's
mean,
a
a lot of other like profiles, they like post other people's stuff and get a lot of like money from it,
Mhm.
and so they get a lot of views and likes and stuff, and then they get a lot of money from it. And if
But
they,
you couldn't. But if you verified.
oh
your
yeah,
account,
watermark your stuff.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm starting to. But if you were verified on Instagram and you started doing that fraud shit, they would take your shit away like immediately.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
yeah,
You're right,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah. Bro, you can't. You have to have a front facing picture and everything to be able to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of E, I was listening to me and Elan's music this morning, driving this morning, and I was thinking, man, if music was my full time thing, I'd be nice. Like if I could rap a little bit. You think so? But I'm telling you, full time. If I was rapping full time, I'd be nice. I just don't ever put any effort or energy into it because I do so many other
You
things.
don't have any
huh?
energy in your voice.
That's
You
what
don't
I'm
have
saying too.
energy
I don't
when you
think
talk.
You never heard me rap before.
I don't think
I have
so.
heard you rap, but you was like, you mess up. You're like, actually, you're basically like a knockoff Gambino.
Nah, you haven't
Coming
heard
into
it.
class, me and a white girl getting in the ass. You ain't gonna say that.
But all right, well, let's go ahead and get you out here, Jahi. We appreciate you showing up and
Bro, I ain't got shit to do but go home and cry.
Damn, man, we could have did.